Okay, what I want to do in this video is I really want to compare the noise reduction associated with the three generations of Malahit or Malachite receivers that are all sort of based on Malahit team, with Georgie RX9 CIM at the basis. I think the project now has been sort of out in the public since 2018 or so it might be like 7 years old. Also, as a baseline, what I want to do is I want to compare against the UA3 REO base station Wolf that is based on more work out of the Eastern Bloc. And the commonality that all these four radios share is they're all STM32 based microprocessors. The Wolf actually uses an FPGA, whereas the other three Malahits don't. But the point being is I consider that the noise reduction in the Malahit series to be the best in the industry, and in general spectral subtraction technique is used. So I've sort of picked a signal that was here, and I want to baseline this against the base station as well as the three Malahit SDR receivers and see if I can do any justice to this. All right, and of course I got everything tuned in, and okay, so the point being that I do have a signal tuned up on the 20 meter band right now, and it's very low and inaudible, and I want to see if any of these Malahits actually do any better with the signal than the Wolf. And so I'm going to start with what is known as the DSP V5. It's the Malahit DSP based on the #1 model, the first generation, and it's called the SDR V5, commonly available through AliExpress and eBay, and very nice radio, and it's the cheapest of the bunch actually, typically running for under $200, and it's quite a decent and lovely radio for the money, actually even for double the money, as you'll see. Okay, so you heard the signal coming off the Wolf. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over. Okay, so this is Malahit 1 SDR V5, no noise reduction, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with the noise reduction. I don't really hear the signal there, but we'll see. Okay, so that's a very reasonable performance. I'm pulling something out that I really couldn't hear on the Wolf. Let's go over to the SDR2, or the DSP2, I'm sorry. Okay, so the DSP2 does pull it out of the noise, but I think that I like the filtering on the one actually better. It has a nicer quality to it. Okay, now let's go over to the actual. The other two are Chinese built. This one is actually directly from Russia.
At about 5.3, 5.4, just barely above our
Let's quickly go back over to one. Okay, so the foundation of this work actually is based on some firmware development that Daniel F5BUD is doing on the BG2FX, FX4CR SDR, which is similarly based on an STM32 processor. Now he's rewritten use original firmware under authorization by you. To rewrite the interface, and I've wanted to address like what I would sort of consider shortcomings in the noise reduction on that machine, and so I ended up surveying like all known noise reduction techniques and actual implementations in various radios, and I've determined that the model entity for noise reduction is this machine right here. It's the Chinese variant of the DSP1 based on Georgie RX9 CIM's work as being the best of the three. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video where I compare this radio's performance against Daniel's source code, as well, or Daniel's firmware, as well as BG2FX's original firmware.